So Flex, let's talk about something today. Something has been on my mind, about the whole industry. Obviously, you've been in the industry your whole life. Fitness, bodybuilding industry is relatively small. Everybody knows pretty much everybody, and it's a very tight-knit community. It's sometimes it seems like you heard an expression like crabs in a barrel mentality.
Crab mentality. Just hold each other down. Nobody ever makes it out.
And I'm not talking about bodybuilders competing. I'm talking about just behind the scenes, from the media companies to trying to get the views, bring other people down, Do you ever get that feeling about the industry?
Definitely. It's an industry where a few are making really good money and a lot of other people are struggling. When you have a community like that, you have a lot of disgruntled people. Maybe they didn't do well and they think they should have, so they're pissed off. This sport isn't going to fit everybody. Everyone can get in shape, everyone can go on stage and compete, but everyone's not going to be great at it. And, for those people who maybe have distorted vision on what they think they should be, they're going to be disgruntled. But it's more so, prevalent now because you have the internet. There's a lot of raw nerds. And I think more so in our industry, they didn't like your performance, or it was a beauty pageant, they didn't like the clothes you're wearing. They're basically saying that you didn't look good enough. Here you are basically bearing all to the world, and they're saying that you're not good enough. So that's personal. That's more personal than anything else.
I mean, even from the media perspective, right? And there's a lot of bloggers out there basically that, for the views, they put any type of headline. They don't really care. It seems like the bar is set to where you have to be the first to break a story or to comment on a story. All the media companies in this small industry are very competitive, but also putting each other down, you know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody can make more money if some support level comes in.
I don't feel that people are handling their business are those few that aren't out there talking crap. Majority of the time is someone who's trying to establish themselves, or maybe they just don't have nothing else to sell. The internet is full of guys like that. They really haven't done anything at all. Their only claim to fame is their ability to have an open mouth where they just air their ass. You got to kind of just take it with a grain of salt, man.
Every year, some critic says you can't win. Every year, some competitor thinks you can't win, but they're going to whip your ass.
A few months ago, Denzel Washington, he was criticizing the press. He was basically saying that in today's world, it's all about first, put it out there, put the headline out.
So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first. If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
Do you feel like in today's world, it's sort of like negativity attracts more people? Like if you make a headline that's just explosive and somewhat negative, it will just get views and it's ultimately business, right?
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. That's been, that's been since the beginning of time. Misery loves company. People want to see you doing bad. They don't want to hear about you doing good. For that every negative thing that they say, there's probably 2 or 3 positive things going on. So why aren't they doing the research and trying to find those things out? So therefore, you are kind of creating this environment by doing that. 40 years ago, the media was solid. They reported the news, period. Unbiased, unwavered. They weren't owned by anybody, good or bad. You don't really get that anymore. It just doesn't sell. They'll tell you point blank, it doesn't sell. Even my book, when we wrote my book and everything, they almost glamorized certain things that really didn't happen that way. And I'd ask them, why would you do that? He goes, well, there's a certain creative part that we have to add in and make it more entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very careful on things I say in the media. I'm very careful what I say in public because I understand the power of my word. If we have the ability to create media or be the media, we have to be responsible on what we say and what we do. We're charged with a bigger and a greater responsibility than just some idiot who wants to run his mouth. We are charged with that. Respectfully, we have to hold ourselves high value because we're given this power by so many people who view us or watch us and look up to us. So we're charged with this responsibilities.
On the Generation I, network, we never censor anybody. Anybody can say whatever they want. Comments. I know some people monitor it, delete stuff. We chose not to. Even the most gruesome comments, whatever, say whatever you want. Because it's the internet, I mean, you can't censor it to a certain extent. You can only do some things, but ultimately it's out there, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the actual industry, I guess message here, we can all work together, you know what I'm saying? It's a small industry, and at least in this small industry, there can be more unity, I think. Helping each other out, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, the industry will grow, and I think maybe to a certain extent, it didn't grow for so many years, possibly because of the media as well. So I feel like the media can take lead in that.
I agree. I wish that all entities could work together, but unfortunately it's not that way, because there are certain entities that aren't about all good. They're about all bad. And in return, those negative things can spoil the whole entire sport. It only takes one or two bad apples in a bunch, and they're literally going to affect all the rest of them, and so on. It's just trying to figure out who has ulterior motives and who don't. No matter what you do, there's always going to be something going to say, negative things about you. Whenever you're doing something right, you're going to have people hating.
Right.
Those are the same people. If they watch Jesus walk on water, they'd be like, "Can you swim?" I try to understand that I'm not really marketing myself towards those people. I'm not trying to win those people over. It's the people who are trying to do something. People who are trying to grind. The people who find what I'm doing is interesting and who are supportive. That's what I'm about. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.